if I traded it all.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Phil Reese. And Phil, you are a business broker with West USA. Welcome to the show. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thank you, Carol, for having me on the show. Well, first off, most people don't even know what a business broker is. So when they ask me, well, Phil, what is a business broker? Well, what I do is I help people buy and sell businesses. So I'm like a go-between between the buyer and seller. Now, in Arizona, to legally sell businesses, a business broker has to have a valid Arizona real estate license. Now, there are basically two types of business brokers. There's ordinary business brokers, and then there's business brokers who have what is called the CBI designation. And in fact, in Arizona, only 5 out of the approximately 80 full-time business brokers actually have earned the CBI designation, and I'm one of them.
Wow. Okay. So, because I know what a business broker is, I think it's interesting because I've never heard that before. So I want you to tell everybody what that is.
Yes, most people have not heard of the CBI designation or even know what it means. A CBI is a certified business intermediary. I guess a good analogy would be the difference between an ordinary business broker and a business broker who has earned the certified business intermediary designation is like the difference between a bookkeeper and a CPA. So when you have a business, if you hire a bookkeeper, they may be able to do some QuickBooks and some basic things, but if you have an issue with the IRS and have to go before the IRS, you would definitely want a CPA in your corner, not just a bookkeeper, because they have proven themselves. They have all kinds of extra education, and they have taken tests to prove that they are competent. Now, the CBI designation is awarded by an organization called the IBBA. The IBBA stands for the International Business Brokers Association, which I'm a member of that organization. They are the largest business broker trade group in the world. Now, to attain the CBI designation, a business broker has to take all kinds of educational courses, and they have to take tests to prove that they are proficient in facilitating the sale of a business. So when I got my CBI, I took, I believe, 60 hours of education. And then after each 3 hours, I had to take a test. And if you don't pass the test, you can't move on to the next section. So after I took all those tests, then there's a final test, just like a CPA. It was a 3-hour test, and thankfully I passed the test and I earned my CBI designation.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
That's a lot of work. Now,
Thank
and
you.
I'm glad you told them that, because here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are business owners out there that listening right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there that need an exit strategy. They're not sure. They're thinking about it. When is the right time for someone to call someone like you, and why should they?
Okay, the best time to call me is when your business is on an upswing. Unfortunately, Carol, a lot of people call me when their business is going down the tubes, or they're ready to file bankruptcy, or there's a sickness. Typically at that time, it's too late. So you want to call me when business is good and things are going up. Now, why should somebody hire me? Well, the first thing I do is I provide a valuation of the business. And for the valuation, I'll kind of explain the process, because people always ask me, Phil, how do you value a business? Well, the way I value a business is I review the seller's financial information. I request the last 3 years' corporate tax returns, their last 3 years' profit and loss statements, a current year-to-date profit and loss statement, and a current balance sheet, a list of their furniture, fixtures, and equipment that's included in the sale with the value of the equipment, and then also the value of their inventory at cost. And then I take all that information and I do what is called recasting the financials. So I go through each line item on the tax returns and the financials, and I'm trying to figure out how much is the business really making? Because with small business owners, a lot of times they run a lot of personal items through the business, and sometimes the profit on the tax return will say $1,000, but in reality, that business owner may actually be making $50,000 or $100,000, because they'll run their personal automobiles through it, the business, their vacations. All those things are what are called add backs, and I add those back to come up with the number in the industry we call seller's discretionary earnings, or basically the bottom line profit. And then I take that number and I apply a multiple to it to come up with the value of the business. And it depends on the industry, how much profit they're making, how many employees they have, how many years they've been in business. So I take all of those things into account, and then I assign a value, and then I present that to the business owner.
Do you work with any size company, and does it matter what kind of company it is?
Yes, I work with any size company. I have sold businesses for as low as $20,000, and I've sold businesses as high as $5,800,000. In fact, I just closed on a $5,800,000 landscaping business last Wednesday. So as long as the business is profitable, I'm happy to talk with them.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open up the lines to the audience. You're offering for everyone who's a business owner, and you want to do it when your business is doing good. That's what we want you to do. We don't want you to wait, because if you wait, it could be too late. You're getting a free, no obligation valuation of your business. I think it's a very important thing to know what it is first, and then you can go from there. When you work with somebody, it's not an overnight thing. You know, you're going to work with them for a while.
Yes, selling a business is quite involved. The valuation process may take about a week, and then when I list the business, it's typically for a 6-month period, because it can take quite a while to sell a business. On average, it takes 6 to 8 months to sell a business, and even then, there's no guarantee that a business will sell. And in fact, only about 1 out of 8 businesses listed actually sell.
Do you do free consultations with people?
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to get this all out. It's very important.
Yes.
Again, he does do free consultations. He is offering for everybody who is a business owner a free, no obligation valuation of your business. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check him out at philsellsbiz.com.
Correct.
You can also call him direct. His number is 480-707-7721. Or call in here. We want to connect you with him at 602-277-5369. Okay. I know that I jumped over here, but
That's fine.
I like doing that kind
That's
of
fine.
thing. Okay, so you said that only 1 out of 8 actually sell. You're working with someone. It could take 6 months before. But the first thing to do is to call you, get that consultation with you, find out whether or not you have something that's saleable.
Absolutely. Because unfortunately, Carol, a lot of times I'm the bearer of bad news. I would say out of 10 free consultations that I do, probably maybe 1 business is actually qualified to sell. And the reason being is they call me too late. Their profits are 0. They're losing money, or they're trending downward, and buyers are terrified if they see a downward trend. They've lost key employees. They've lost a key customer. So yes, definitely they should call me, get the free consultation, and I'll be straight with them. I won't, tell them a story just to list the business. I'll tell them, hey, in my opinion, you're not ready right now. You need to reevaluate, get your sales back up, and then call me in 6 months to a year. And at that point, maybe it'll be time to sell.
Okay. Now, how do you charge for your services?
Okay, I charge a success fee. So a lot of business brokers out there will charge upfront fees. I've heard numbers, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 up front before they'll even talk to you, basically. So I charge a success fee. If I don't sell your business, I don't get paid. I
like the way you put that.
Yeah, I think we should be in it together, because if somebody pays you $25,000 up front, how motivated will you really be to get out there and hustle to sell the business? I'm in this business to sell the business, not just to get a listing. If I don't sell it, I don't make money.
Right. Okay, so that's great. So it's basically you don't have to pay anything unless you sell the business.
Correct.
Again, his phone number is 480-707-7721. You can check him out at philsellsbiz.com. We want you to call in here, get connected with him. There's a free, no obligation valuation of your business at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to try to get to all of this. There's no way I can, but I'm going to do the best I can for you.
Go
okay?
ahead.
So someone wants to contact you, all right? Are you valley-wide? Do you go to them? How's that done? How can you talk to them? You obviously can talk to them over the phone, but then what are the next steps?
Yes, the first step is to call me. Call me on the phone, and we'll do a free telephone consultation just to see if it's even worth it to meet. Because sometimes when they tell me on the phone that they're losing money or they're ready to go bankrupt tomorrow, they say, hey, you know what? It's just really too late. I can't help you. But after I ask them a few preliminary questions, then we have a face-to-face meeting. I can meet them at my office in Scottsdale, or I can meet them at their place of business.
Okay, and again, we want you to not wait. We want you to call when it is doing good, when your business is doing good, because if you wait when it's not, it might be too late. He does free consultations. His phone number again, it's 480-707-7721. Call here. I'm going to let you call in the next couple of minutes to get the free valuation. It's no obligation at 602-277-5369.